Hola muchachos, welcome here. I've made myself a beetroot latte. Yes, that sounds disgusting. And it would be if it tasted like beets, but it doesn't. If you didn't know me, carrots is my least favorite food other than beets. Beets are like dirt to me, but its bloom makes a beautiful beetroot latte mix, and I love this stuff, and I can't stop drinking it. So, cheers! If you're drinking anything, comment of the day, let me know what it is down below. Also, thank you for all the love that's been going on my minimal jewelry collection video and the official launch of my Cuidado earrings that I'm not wearing in this video. If you want to see that video, it will be linked down below if you want to check out my minimalist jewelry collection. And all of that has nothing to do with today's video. Today's video, I'm actually going to talk about some things that I don't want to talk about. Things that I want to keep private, things that I don't share online, and why. It's actually going to be quite easy to talk about these things and not share beyond why I don't really talk about them. I just felt like I wanted to address some things. I get these questions and comments all the time. Can you show us this? Why don't you talk about this? What are your views and opinions on this? And I'm someone that's very outspoken on my channel. If I have a conviction towards something, a lot of the time I will share it and I'll talk about it. If it's quite severe and if it's something that I truly honestly believe in, with the knowledge that we're all different and I understand that, and we all do different things and we all think certain ways, I still like sharing my opinion on a lot of matters. And then there's some things that I don't want and don't like to talk about. So that's this video. I'm just going to go through like a very small list, and hopefully it'll dull down a lot of the comments and questions that I get on these subjects, and maybe I can just refer people back to this video if they ever want to see anything related to these topics. So I hope you guys liked today's video, and if you're new here, you know exactly what to do. You can ring that bell if you want to as well. Cheers, we're gonna hop into everything. Okay, let's also just say, I have a ton of friends here on YouTube and in like the whole internet world that I either just know through the internet or we actually hang out together, which I really love. And a lot of them will talk about these things or show these things, and just personally, I don't want to. That doesn't mean that me and my friends have beef over the fact that this lady talks about this and I refuse to. Of course not, because we're all different. Let's remember that. And if you work online and you show some of this stuff and it's not that big of a deal to you, awesome. It's just to me. It's all like personal preference. Number one is the look of my house, like the outdoor aesthetic of my house. I see a lot of people being like, we bought a house and it's a YouTube family and they all take a picture in front of their house, and I'm like, to me, and I know a house, there's like a lot of houses that will look the same. If I was a stalker and I want to stalk this family and I now know that they live in Minnesota and their front of the house looks like that, I'm gonna be creepy and I'm probably going to find them and stalk them. I actually won't, but like if I was, I don't want to share the front of my house because that is just a huge hint about where I live. Someone can easily come across my house, and if I have it in my videos, I feel uncomfortable. I will never ever ever show the outside of my house, like full frontal view. If I'm walking around the house and stuff, that's cool, but like full frontal view, nah. Also, I do not share my last name or my maiden name here on YouTube. A lot of people think my last name is Therese. It's not. That's actually my middle name, but I have never shared my last name, whether it's maiden or my married name, here on YouTube. Just another thing for like privacy reasons. Our name is not very common. It's a very unique name, and I've never met anyone with either my maiden name or my married name unless they were related to me. And that's something that I like to keep to myself and private, especially because if you're new here, I have 3 kids, 3, 1, and 6 months old. I want to protect them as best I can as well. Next, I get messages about this every single day: vaccinations. I will not, and I refuse to talk about if I have vaccinated or have not vaccinated my children. This is a decision that a parent should make for their child based on what they believe. So because of that, I don't want to say, I vaccinated my kids, go vaccinate, or I haven't vaccinated my kids, so make sure you don't. And it's also, there's a lot of hate that goes around with the whole vaccinations. There's definitely people that take the side of vaccinating, and then there's people that take the side of not vaccinating. So there's some people that have speculations, but I will never actually say whether my kids are vaccinated or not. Next, and I know this is a little bit of like I have to be careful how I word this. There's people online that will view videos for really disgusting reasons, and a lot of that has to do with family vloggers, because a lot of children are shown in these videos, and it's really sad. So to protect my children, other than just totally not sharing what their last names are, the front of our house, all that stuff, I obviously, and the thing is, it's different for everyone, I would never show their personal parts on YouTube. And I know some people may be watching this and being like, yeah, of course, I've seen some family vloggers do it. I'm not okay with seeing behinds or frontal. I don't think that's appropriate. Even for a baby, I would not show Elizabeth's behind on my YouTube. I'm not comfortable with it. Also, if I was in Elizabeth's shoes and then being where I am now, I'd be thankful my mom didn't show my bum to the world online. And it also goes for the same, obviously, with Calvin, and it goes for the same with Ivy, including her chest. I won't show Ivy's chest online. I know she's just 3, and for some people it's like, whatever. I want to keep Ivy very safe and protected, so I don't show her bathing or getting dressed where I'm showing off certain parts of my children's bodies that I just don't want shown. That's just how I feel, and that's how I've felt for a long time. Everybody's different, but that's just a way that I would like to protect my kids, and I feel really solid about that decision. Next, I don't show alcohol. To be honest, I'm not actually someone that drinks alcohol. It's very rare, maybe like twice a year. I know alcohol can be a huge issue for a lot of people, and I think alcohol is a huge issue in a lot of ways. I don't want anyone to come on my channel and to feel like I'm either pushing alcohol on them or Sarah's drinking it so I have to as well. I just don't want to come across that way. There has been times where I go to an event and they're serving like champagne and I'll be vlogging and I have my champagne, but it's not a very usual thing at all whatsoever on my channel. There's really sad experiences in some people's lives with either having someone that's been under the influence or someone who's highly affected by alcohol, and I don't want people to come to my channel and think about that or relive that. So no alcohol. It's just something that I don't want to show, just for safety and for you guys. Next thing, and this is a little more basic, is travel plans. If me and Kieran are going to travel somewhere, like California or Hawaii or Mexico, like we're flying away out of the country and like no one's gonna be at our house, you will not know that we did that until we came home. I don't feel comfortable telling the world that I'm traveling somewhere and that I'm not at home or that no one's at my house. Whether they know where I live or not, it just makes me uncomfortable. I feel like if there was someone living at our house while we were gone, I'd feel a little bit better, but all the same, people would still kind of know my location, which makes me a little like, again, for my safety, for my kids' safety, my husband's safety. Gotta keep that guy around for a long time. Another thing that I do not talk about or address is other people's drama. In the YouTube world, there's always some sort of drama going on, and when it happens, it's usually quite intense. I don't mind naming names right now because I don't like talking about people's drama, but we're gonna name names. The whole Tati James Charles things, I actually followed that pretty closely. I have a lot of respect for Tati and I really like her, so it's not that I was rooting for her, but I wanted to see what was kind of going on. To me, that feels like news, and I like news. The whole Logan Paul thing, didn't really follow it because I honestly never heard of Logan Paul until all that happened. Or Jake Paul, one of those people, never heard of them until it happened. Other drama that happens, and it can be in the beauty community a lot of the time, also elsewhere, I just don't want to be a part of it. I like being on the outside and kind of just seeing what happens. And I don't mean like, let's just see what happens in like a casual, entertaining way, but it's really interesting to see how a lot of things can pan out. And I do take a lot of interest in, I guess, that aspect, kind of like cause and effect. But I don't talk about other people's drama online. And that includes like personal life drama. I don't bring that into my YouTube channel. Kid issues, marriage issues, friend issues, that doesn't come onto my YouTube channel. That's something that is private to me, and if there's something that I'm going through with whoever, I want to keep that pretty tight and snug between us. Not that I'm ashamed to share it, but for respect for myself and whoever is involved. I'm not thinking of anything particular at all right now, but I do like that sense of privacy. But yes, staying out of other people's drama, not doing like react videos or anything. Maybe someday I'll do that, maybe if it has something to do with me, which it probably never will. I'm like way too under the radar, which I'm very thankful for. The last thing that I won't talk about or cover is money and income. Once upon a time, I uploaded a video and I mildly shared, like in a ridiculously mild sense, how much I made on YouTube because I had so many people asking, and I was like, maybe I should just say. So I said in a very, very, very mild sense, where even I'm watching the video and I'm like, I don't even know how much I made back then. I still almost felt like I said too much. There's so many people that I've been watching recently on YouTube, and they're very open with being like, yeah, I made 5 figures or 6 figures last year, and I'm like, you cannot say that without feeling like, I don't know, like you just come across as being maybe a little bit too proud. That's just kind of how I feel. Maybe you guys don't feel the same. Maybe you're just more interested in how much people make on YouTube. I don't like to talk about my money and my income, or I get mine and Kieran's money. We share our money. And then also Kieran's income. We do have a double income. I work online. Kieran is a journeyman electrician and he's a great solid worker, but we don't share money and income because it's not important. It's obviously something that's very private and something that we don't want to talk about. I have some great YouTube friends and they're good to talk about, like, what do you do for a sponsorship based on how many subscribers and views and reach that you get? Kind of bounce ideas off each other and be like, where should I be hitting for a sponsored video or a 6-month partnership? That's really nice to do, and I keep that very tight between me and like my YouTube community friends. But when it comes to my viewers and my sweet subscribers and followers, that's something you guys don't have to think about or worry about. Just enjoy my content. I know there's always that natural curiosity, like, how much do those people make? And the only answer I'll give you is enough. We make enough and we're very thankful. Any sort of secondary income that I can bring to the table is good and is awesome. Whether it's 20 bucks a month or 10,000 bucks a month, it all counts. And no, those numbers don't mean anything, I just thought of them. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Those are just a bunch of things that I won't thoroughly talk about on YouTube, and just keeping to myself. Everybody's different. Everyone likes doing things different, but be sure to let me know down below what you think of all of this. I'd love to know your guys' opinions on everything. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!